Hello, everyone. My name is Wellington Stovall, and today we will be discussing basic economics. And so, before we start, I just want to make the disclaimer that I am not an economist, nor a teacher, nor an advisor. So, everything you hear on this video is strictly educational and inspirational because I want you, my viewer, to go out and gain this knowledge for yourself and get a deeper understanding of the intricacies of economics. And so our question today is, can there be growing scarcity without a growing shortage? And so before we get started dissecting this question, I want to thank Thomas Sowell for his book right here, Basic Economics, which gives us the questions that we will be discovering and our that we will be uncovering, and discussing in our economic series. So, first, to understand this question, we must first understand what economics is. So, economics is the allocation of scarce resources with alternative uses. And so, when I say that, I know you're thinking, well, everything has alternative uses, and everything could be a scarce resource. Yes, you're true. That's why economizing and the efficient allocation of those resources is so important for not just the global elites that a lot of people believe that economics is for, and that those are the only people that it benefits. No, economics is for the greater good and the majority of a whole, the aggregate total of the population of whatever country, city, state, or level of economics that we are examining. So for this, we are going to be examining macroeconomics, which would be global economics. Okay, so first, to answer, second, to answer this question, after we understand what economics is, we must understand what scarcity is. So what is scarcity? So scarcity is the unmet needs of the allocation of those scarce resources in question. So what's an example of scarcity? Scarcity would be, so if we have 2 eggs, right? Those are our resources. We could use those to make an egg sandwich, or we could use those eggs to make an egg salad. And so when we're looking at the two differences, an egg salad may be better for the aggregate total because it allows us to feed more people. But an egg sandwich may be better for you if you like egg sandwiches. But whoever gets those eggs will be full and their needs will be met. Whoever doesn't get those eggs see that as an unmet need, which in turn makes eggs the scarce resource. And so, what is a shortage? And so, a shortage is very different from scarcity because a shortage is a price phenomenon. Shortages occur when you have governments with central control and they place price control on things. Okay? And so since we know that scarcity is essentially unmet needs, right? And we know a shortage is a price phenomenon, right? How can there be growing scarcity without a growing shortage? This is how. Since a shortage is a price phenomenon, all the government has to do is set price controls whether too high or too low. And so in this instance, we're going to say they set a ceiling price control, which creates a shortage, because with that price control, it makes the incentives and the constraints for investors. Let's say, for an example, housing. Price control on housing makes those investors less likely to invest in these areas of price control. And so what that does is price control affects the quality as well as the quantity available. The quality begins to deteriorate as the incentives for the investors to maintain and keep up their houses, and to keep up that beautiful front yard, and to keep up those stainless steel glass windows, and to fix the shingles, to fix the foundation, those water leaks. It makes all those incentives disappear, because if the revenues from my cash flowing property aren't cash flowing as they should be, that means that I'm taking a loss for my cost, because I, the investor, bought this house. And I am not able to cash flow as I should. So that in turn makes the aggregate total, which is the population, suffer a housing shortage, because as more and more of those homes age and become unlivable, yes, the scarcity never increased, because those houses are still there. They are still, if they were to be revamped and rebuilt and revitalized, they would be livable. So the scarcity never increased. The shortage increased.